So for those of you who haven't already watched the collab channel video I posted yesterday, yes, this is my new main video background. I will be posting from a different background for these folk, but I just was too lazy to move the tripod and I needed to film a these folk video. The sound quality is going to be bad because people are driving around outside and I don't want to close the window because it's really hot and I have like a headache, so I would like to have some airflow. This is a video in two parts. Part 1, the wall behind me, and part 2, how to survive college successfully, specifically. Part 1, introducing you to the wall. So you'll notice there are a couple of new posters, notably the Lizzie Bennet Diaries poster and the maps from Spain. Got one from Toledo, from Madrid, and from Avila. There are also a lot more pictures this time. I don't think I had any pictures last year actually, except for like 2 or 3 that I just sort of randomly found. But this year I specifically printed pictures so that I could put them up on the wall. These are just pictures of me when I was little and awkward, me with some of my most important people in my life, and just in general pictures that I liked. We got some scenery, mostly of people. We have some old things from the old wall. We've got the Star Trek Blu-ray cover thing. We've got the exploding TARDIS. I don't think the How to Train Your Dragon poster was in the video background last year, but it's definitely been up in my room. This should be fun. I am excited about this background. Part 2, tips on succeeding in college. My first and biggest, most important tip for succeeding in college and surviving college is to use your words, but know when to shut up. This is a rule or a tip that I think is most important because it sort of covers most of your bases. The use your words section of it is, essentially communicate. Be communicative. Talk to your roommates if you have problems. Talk to your friends if you're afraid or lonely. Talk to your professors if you are confused or think that you didn't deserve a bad grade. Because if you come to college and don't communicate with people, then what was the point? You could have gone to the University of Phoenix online and gotten the same amount out of it. If you don't talk to people, then you're wasting your experience. But the caveat to this rule, but know when to shut up, is also important because you have to remember that college is about learning, and you can't learn if you're constantly talking. Like me sometimes. You're never gonna learn anything if you don't listen to people. If you are so busy defending whatever you've done because you think it's great and you're not listening to constructive criticism, then you're missing out on valuable edits and valuable learning experiences from workshopping your work. If you're constantly talking and not listening to the people around you, then you won't get the opportunity to listen to other people's point of views. Even if you disagree with them, hearing those point of views is incredibly important. My second tip is to imagine complexly. This comes from a John Green quote that I can't think of and probably won't look up before I edit this video. Basically, imagining complexly means never assume. So even if there's this giant hulking, Samoan football player, don't just assume that he's a dumb jock that, will sit quietly in class and fail everything. He might be a slam poet. By not imagining people complexly, we're putting them in these boxes in our heads and sorting them by who I think I should associate with and who I'm just not gonna bother with. And that's really upsetting because there are so many cool people that you're gonna meet in college, and if you have them in your little box because you're refusing to imagine them complexly, then they're not complex. You'll never be able to think of them complexly, and they'll just be this little box that you never opened, even if it could have changed your entire life. Tip 3, you can survive anything, as long as it's not like a bear attack or a fatal car accident. But the important thing to remember is that no matter how homesick you are or how lonely you are, you're gonna get through it. You can survive anything as long as you choose to do so. And it's gonna be rough sometimes, but it's gonna be worth it in the end. Trust me. Tip 4, get involved. If you're not involved in at least 2 clubs by the time you exit college, then what are you doing with your life? There are so many things on campus that you could be doing, that you could be involved with, that would be helping you meet people and helping you make career connections and helping you have a lot of fun. So why are you not part of them? You never know who you're gonna meet, and more likely you're gonna meet more like-minded people because people like you will be drawn to the same kind of activities and events. My fifth and final tip that I'm going to talk about in this video is that if you leave college the same person that you came into it as, then you've wasted your entire time here. You should see college not as an affirmation tool, but as a tool for growth and change. If you're the same person after college that you were in high school, then you're probably not a very fun person. Don't feel like you have to hold on to all of your exact same morals and ideals and opinions when you leave college, because the whole point of college is to broaden your horizons, to teach you about new things, to meet people from perspectives you might not have otherwise known about. And if you just ignore all of that because you're just tunnel visioning on the person that you think you should be or that you think that you are, then you have missed out on an incredible opportunity. So don't be afraid to change a little bit. I'm not saying you should change who you are. I'm just saying that you shouldn't stop it as it happens. Because if you're changing and growing, that's generally a good thing. Maybe don't develop a cocaine habit, but broaden your horizons. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful and cool because of the stuff behind me. So, in short, I'm glad to be back. I'm excited about my new background. I am feeling good, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. Hopefully, if I remember to make a video.